what they think. She's the rookie.
Welcome to More My Hero Academia, where I ask a bunch of questions and get a bunch of people mad at me. Let's get on to it.
Your revealing outfit caused quite a stir. In fact, it eventually led...
Honestly, Miss Midnight, just have like a black canary outfit. That is enough revealing clothes for you. Or get support gear to do something. Is it like a sweat gland like Bakugo? Get support gear to help you out with something.
You're a hero whose sexiness changed the very laws of the country.
Don't you mean nudity? I'm pretty sure first outfit she was completely naked.
I rely on ultra-thin fabrics. Because of the nature of...
Hey girlie, you're still wearing too much clothing for like a thing like you. Like you have to rip off your clothing just to make the perfume do anything. Like that's just a waste of fabric. Just have a costume that acquires the material, whatever the law is. It still helps your quirk.
I think you just like the attention.
I mean, she wouldn't be the rated R hero if she didn't like the attention.
Of course not. I look up to you. I think you're amazing.
This is the funniest part in this episode. These two bickering.
Thank you!
Of course Minetta's watching this. He's the only guy that would actually be watching this. How come this kid isn't expelled yet?
The written exam is only one element. There's also the...
So there's a written exam and there's a fighting exam. Wouldn't it just be against robots again? But that seems like too easy an advantage. Maybe they'll like fight other classes. Because it would be cool if like the fight exam, you had to fight the other classes in order to pass.
This semester! With the sports festival and interns...
Oh, that's cool. We get to see like which classmates are placed where.
I'm not that concerned.
What? You were ninth in the midterm?
Honestly, if Mineta wasn't a perv, I think we would like him a lot better. Because, like, he's super intelligent and has a great quirk. But, unfortunately, he's a perv and no one likes him.
Catch you up to speed on the important topics if you want.
You're the best!
Momo's gonna help the students that are failing? Well, that's gonna be a field day for her.
Really?
Tutor me, please.
There's no way Momo knows all these topics, right? Actually, she would know all these topics because her legit quirk works on, like, knowledge.
I must call Mother and have her prepare the great hall for us to set up.
Of course Momo would be filthy witch. I expect nothing less of her.
I don't know enough. Maybe I should beat the lessons into your skull.
And everyone will ignore the fandom that Bakugo's third smartest. He's smarter than Midoriya, who's fifth in class. Like, everyone's like, oh, Midoriya's super intelligent. He doesn't need a homework or any of this. Or he could do it all by himself. I'm like, no, he would completely fail in some of these requirements. Like, there are people in this class that are smarter than him.
There's food for thought. Someday the rest of us might get caught up in your mess. And then we...
I mean, he does have a point, you know. If you guys keep running into trouble, someone eventually is going to die.
That's not funny, Monoma. You heard what happened to Ida. Chill out.
Oh, Kendo showed up. By the way, I kind of wish that some of the Class A and Class B sort of mingle together. Like, Kendo would be great friends with the Momo girl. Like, but they never really talk to each other unless, like, Monoma is being a complete dick to Class A.
Combat against robots, like the entrance exam.
What? Really? How do you know that?
There's no way it's gonna be against robots. Let them fight against Class B. Like, that would be a cool test. Because really, they don't really know what Class B's quirks are. Like, some of them would know when they were, like, looking at the sports arc. But most of them have no idea what the quirks are. So that would be a good test to have.
Yeah, but I can let loose with robots.
And melting them will be a cinch for...
Well, these two are gonna fail the test because they're not even gonna try to, like, train with the quirks to try to find, like, a better output to do the quirks with. We know, Midoriya, your life is hard. We understood that in the last episode. You do not need to show us another flashback when we just saw the last episode. We did not skip it.
You need to learn how to control your quirk. You got it? Hey.
You know what? Bakugo's the only person that's making a point. It's strange that he's the only one making this point. Like, everyone else is just like, oh, whatever, we're not gonna tell them that they should probably train with their quirk. Well, Bakugo's like shaping up and like control your quirk.
You're using it now, and I want you to know. It's...
Oh, he's pissed that Midoriya stole his move. But to be fair, it wasn't really his move from the beginning. Like, anyone could take your move, my dude.
You're getting worse than I thought.
Well, then talk to him or put in school therapy. I definitely know there's a therapist in this building or counselor. Get one of the counselors to talk to him instead of doing nothing, Azawa.
This rich?
I love how they're surprised that Momo was filthy witch, but legit, this girl has creation powers. Of course she would be filthy witch. It's nice to see little snippets of what everyone else is doing to get ready for the test. This poor Ada, she's like, should I help him out? Should I save this poor kid?
Our 3 days of written exams were over.
3 days? How big was this fucking test?
Now then.
Oh, never mind. This is the worst thing that you guys could do. Let them just fight against Class B. Neither of these kids know what each other's quirks are, really. Yeah, they saw it in the sports doc, but not all of them did. They would still probably be confused. And that would also be like, hey, what do they need to learn about? What do they need to prove on for each, class instead of being just like, oh, you gotta go beat up the teachers.
Will be completely different for various reasons. Principal Net.
Why were you in a Zoro's scarf?
And your opponents will be one of our esteemed UA teachers. Isn't that fabulous?
Well, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked.
They were determined at my discretion based on various factors, including...
Of course they were. By the way, what was Class B's test like? Was it the exact same?
And their opponent is...
Oh, you're dead. Might as well sign your funeral, because you're dead.
We're up against All Might.
You're going to have...
Did the school forget that All Might has godlike powers? All Might should not be allowed to go beat up children.
It's possible criminals everywhere will become much bolder.
Nezzy, you fucking idiot. What do you mean possible that they're gonna become bolder? They are 1000% gonna become bolder. It's not a hypothesis, it's a fact.
Originally, we used them to avoid complaints about people getting injured in the engine.
Yeah, sure, I believe you. It's not like you guys weren't gonna allow Chaco to die. Were they gonna stop the robot if it got too close to a Chaco? Or were they just gonna allow it to be smushed? Because there were no pro heroes near the scene.
Consideration and give the students an advantage.
Principal?
Hey, I have an idea. Either make the students beat up the teachers or capture them, or make it an option where they have an exit point where they can leave.
But lacks the ability to make spur-of-the-moment decisions and apply them.
You know what? That's a good idea, because they both rely heavily on their abilities. But I also know there are other people who also rely heavily on their abilities.
I went with relationships. I know you've got a...
Azal, hurry up and just pick the pieces together. You see a kid with similar abilities like All Might, and you don't connect the clues. Legit. This kid breaks his bone, has the same ability as All Might, and somehow he's always around All Might, and he's like, yeah, that's normal, nothing's going on here.
To win, your objective is to put these handcuffs on your teacher.
Oh, so the exam is exactly what I was basically saying. Let them capture them, or let them escape, or beat them up. I don't know, either or. But I have a feeling that the teachers are not going to let a bunch of students beat them up.
But they will eat up our stamina and make it harder for us to move around.
I think All Might needs more weight cuffs. I don't think this is enough for All Might. And half of these cuffs aren't going to do anything for these pro heroes. Cementos, he does not need to move around. He just needs to control the cement, so this does nothing for him.
Hatsume ended up winning it!
Wow, good for Hatsume!
And of course it was. Of course Hasumi would figure it invent something like this. This makes perfect sense to her character.
This'll be fun.
All Might would be a terrifying villain if he actually turned into villainy. No one could stop him.
Fight can either watch the exams or try to strategize together as a team.
I suggest you do both, because if you make a plan while watching other contestants, maybe you could re-advise your plan or make a new plan based on what everyone else is doing.
Chances to watch students in combat with teachers, right?
I love that Chaka and Midoriya are the only two people watching. Midoriya, I 100% expected him to actually watch these fights, because honestly, he's a geek at, everything.
is a little preoccupied with himself.
I love that Midoriya and Chaka both have the most shittiest partners. By the way, why did they pair her up with the sparkly guy?
From the front and shoot for a high score. Oh yeah.
Oh wait, this is bad. They're both like fighting against the Mentos because like his he doesn't really even need those like chains to like help him. He could just create cement, and they both have like a limit. So the only way to get out of here is if they flee.
So you've decided on a direct frontal assault.
This is it.
Hey, I have an idea. Instead of destroying all the cement, how about one of you guys flee? Well, make a distraction while the other person flees, because there's no way you're gonna break through all of Cementar's cement.
Their quirks are amazing, but there's a limit to how long they can use them.
Just like I was saying beforehand, they're gonna pass out by exhaustion if they don't run away.
Pass. We'll have to recognize our weaknesses. And don't...
Is that why Ochako was paired up with Sparkly Guy? But yeah, I don't know what Ochako's gonna learn with the Sparkly Guy. I know the Sparkly Guy is probably not going to learn anything.
You're both weak when it comes to...
Well, they're doomed.
Means the teacher's probably there waiting for us.
Oh, also he's gonna be doing most of the work because Dark Shadow doesn't know how to like combat. He's more of like a long range like attacker, while also he's like all arounder.
We teachers are trying to crush you with everything we've got.
Oh yeah, these dumb handcuffs aren't gonna do anything to him either because like he can just clone himself. What are the point of the handcuffs if your powers don't work like that?
And show me your resolve. Together, Dark Shadow.
Now, before we start the next episode, hey, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave a goddamn comment, turn on notifications so you know that next time I post. Check out my Patreon, it's completely free, and let's get on to the next show. I wonder if they're gonna get scored individually, because it feels weird if only one person does all the work and the other person doesn't do anything at all, and they both get the same exact score.
Why do you say that? Keep watching, you'll see.
Because he only fights long range. Even I knew that. Just watching the spoiler arc and how he fights, he only fights long range. He never had like close range attacks.
Good luck.
Ectoplasm!
Oh, so his real self is gating the gateway. That's a smart move. Also, how many clones can you make at one time?
He's able to produce 30 at one time. Though apparently...
That is very effective. Like, how come this guy isn't like a pro hero? Unless the clones are kind of like really, really tangible and they can't really do much. Oh, I was wow. These clones are completely weak. So they're just completely a distraction while he's the one that has to like beat off the bad guys.
Hey, it means he's weak at close range. Wow, I never thought about it.
I love how Choco's been standing in that pose since his entire communication. Like, she did not, like, move. Like, Gully, she's been talking for probably, like, maybe, like, 5 minutes, and you haven't moved at all.
No clear weaknesses. She can provide support to her ally.
Like I said, Asui is the GOAT. Like, she's a good hero, even though, like, I still don't understand that one episode with her. I feel like they're just like, oh, we have no plans for, like, making an episode, but we need something, so just make a floppy episode.
Tokoyami, look! It's the goal. Which means...
Yeah, the only way to win this is if you escape. Wait a second, what happened to, like, the keys that they had? Because they definitely had the keys, right? Or am I misremembering? Like, did they lose them?
Attention! I can't put out more clones now.
And, excuse me, you could do that from the beginning? Why do you not start with that? And how are they supposed to defeat that? Well, at least he can't make more of him, because honestly, like, if he could make it more of him, plus that giant thing, yeah, completely doomed.
Really gross to see me do this.
Oh, she swallowed the cups. I so called that. I was, like, wondering where those were.
That was wonderfully clever. I must commend you both.
Okay, they did good teamwork. I feel like both of them definitely did pass.
Mr. Powerloader can do this? What now, class rep?
He just digs underneath the dirt? What the hell am I doing? How is anyone supposed to be that?
Mr. Powerloader will attack next. We can still make it.
And this thing is rigged. Like, how are they supposed to pass any of this? It's just gonna set off explosions. Unless, like, Ito runs them towards the exit. Well, that was it. I was kind of expecting more, like, I don't know why, but did the entrance seem a lot closer? Or is this, like, towards, like, the end of the episode when they finally got to, like, the exit?
Don't worry. I have a plan in mind for us.
Momo, do you have a plan as well? Because if you do, you might as well speak it aloud.
Keep making small objects. When you stop being able to, it means Mr.
You know what? Good plan. Like, Momo should just automatically create objects if someone has, like, ability to erase quarks.
Oh, these things, they're just Russian nesting dolls.
If anyone doesn't know, Matoshkas is another way to say Russian nesting dolls.
That a hero needs. I haven't really managed to do anything that's...
Oh, she stopped making the dolls. Todoroki realized that she stopped making the dolls instead of talking to her.
Orders. And then when it was my turn to fight, I failed before I could do anything.
Oh, poor golly, she lost all of her confidence.
He's coming!
I'm sorry!
If you know I'm here, then you should be acting.
Both of these idiots should get docked points for getting distracted.
Caltrops? This is your strategy?
When the fuck did you get those, and why don't you have those on hand all the time? I think those would have been useful during the attack at USJ.
It's the hero killer. I know about your quirks and what you can do.
Dude, at least, like, burn one of your hands out, or wiggle your hands out of the binding, and then create, like, an ice thing, and then burn yourself out.
Talked it over.
I love Todoroki's confused state. He's like, talked it over. What do you mean? I mean, that was plan one. You're supposed to talk about the attack plan with your partner. Did no one do that?
Can I make it? Will I be able to pass this way? Wait.
Oh, poor Momo. She has no clue where she's even going.
I'm so sorry, Todoroki!
Why did you not use your quirk? Unless, like, he's giving them a way to, like, pass this test. Like, she just don't just have the strength on them. They also gave them a chance to get away.
But that's not my job right now.
Like you were gonna do that from the beginning. We gain no confidence. Hey, Azawa, one of your kids was almost murdered and you did nothing. You're the worst teacher in history.
Sorry, I should have asked before and not told you what to do.
I love that Todoroki is the one that gave her confidence back.
One of those votes was mine. Because I thought you would be best.
Wait, Todoroki was one of the people that voted for her? Cute. But also, that would make sense. You would definitely want to vote for one of the people that went through, like, the other entrance exam, whatever that was called.
What are these?
Those things had flash grenades? What the hell, Momo?
Is that Aizawa's scarf you're making?
We did not need to do that at all. Legit, she has an entire stomach also exposed. Why is everything just coming out of her boobs? Like, come on.
The material it's made of, or precisely how it's constructed. So
No one knows the materials out of Azawa's scarf. It's just a complete mystery. Are they gonna ever explain it? No.
a metal with shape memory!
Okay, that was super cool. I love that.
I think he allowed himself to be captured by my plan on purpose.
I was just...
Yeah, you were completely right. I think Ozawa did allow himself to get captured because he did allow you guys multiple times to use your quirk during this exam.
So I decided it would be best for me to back off. In doing so...
So he's just lying. We all know he's lying. Like, I know he's trying to cheer her up and giving her confidence, but still, you're lying.
If you feel nauseous, there's a pressure point you can press on.
I'm fine!
Well, that was it for those 2 episodes. And if you like this, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, notifications so you know the next episode. Leave a goddamn comment and have a goddamn good day.